this is Gloria Capola from Massage Pro CE, and this is Massage School. I've created some video clips for you in order to help you master some of the techniques that maybe you've learned along the way but can't quite remember exactly how they were performed, or maybe you just need a different approach. So I hope you enjoyed these clips, and if you have any questions, please contact me, and I hope to see you at a continuing education class sometime in the future. Thank you. Okay, today we're here to treat in the side lying position. I've got a couple pillows that I'm utilizing. I have one between the legs of the client, I have one underneath his head, and I have an extra one in case I'm going to need it to support his arm in any way, but we'll see what's going to happen here. So we're going to be working right along this ridge here where the lats and serratus anterior come up underneath subscap. And I'm looking at how my client is laying here, and I actually need you to bring your head back a little bit on the pillow here so that we can get you in a little bit better alignment and roll him over so he's actually nice and even in here, okay? So I'm going to take a little bit of lotion, not any heavy creams that are too slippery, and not oil, because we're really going to need to engage with some of these movements in here that we're doing. I'm going to use my forearm again. Take the pressure off your hands and your wrist, and let's use your forearm. Now, this is a very sensitive area for a lot of people, not only in their muscles, but because they've never been worked here. You also have to be mindful that if people have osteoporosis and their bones are fragile, that you don't want to work so hard that you break a rib. Okay? So I'm going to take my forearm. I'm going to relax it right in here. I'm going to pay attention to his breath. I'm going to bring my other arm here and kind of just put a little bit of tension in the inferior direction as I go superior through here into the serratus and begin to open this up. So I love fascial work. All types of fascial work has been proven to me to be extremely beneficial for my clients, from treating very superficial like this at a faster pace to getting really specific and working on many, many layers in many dimensions at one time. You know, your fascia surrounds everything, every muscle, bone, nerve, cell. It's multidimensional. It's what supports and holds your body together. And anytime there's been trauma or surgery or postural distortion, that fascia can get inhibited and create a lot of pain for people. So I feel personally as a therapist that it's important to get this open before I actually go even and treat specific into the muscles. Because remember again, fascia is around the muscles and through the muscles. And if I could take the pressure off that, it makes it easier to work the muscle. So I'm also feeling in here what's happening as I get closer up into his subscap region. It's getting thicker and tighter. It feels more glued together under there. So I'm going to slow this move down. I'm watching the tip of my elbow to make sure that I'm not using too much pressure in there. Are you okay? Bringing it all the way up onto here, right into the axillary region. How's this feeling for you?
Good.
Good? Wouldn't lie to me.
Nope.
Okay. All the way through. And I'm going to take both my forearms and actually do it in opposite directions. How do you like it in opposite directions?
Fine.
That's good. Now, if you could let me know if you feel anything in any other region of your body while I'm doing that,
Okay.
that would be helpful too. And you may say, well, why would they feel it in other regions? Well, again, remember, fascia isn't just stopping here. It goes to the front of his body, the back, goes deep inside, and he might be getting some referral types of symptoms in other spaces, which is also going to help you be guided to regions that maybe you need to go work on. Might also trigger for a client why they have pain in a different region. I was doing this specific movement actually the other day in a class that I was teaching, and the student on the table that was a demo said to me, as I'm right here, I feel that in my sternum. And as we began to loosen this up, the pain in her sternum went away. And she also shared with me that not only did she have the pain in the sternum, but she has problems in this whole shoulder region. So when she got up off the table, what do you think happened? Well, this whole shoulder dropped back into place, took the pressure off that she was experiencing, and I never even touched this yet. So we're taking our time, to run through this until it feels nice, viscous, nice and fluidy. There we go, there we go. Feel the changes happening? Yeah?
Yes.
Good. Now sometimes clients can be really, really tight in here, and you might just want to try to get in here and do, remember in massage schools, those bear claws. Just kind of soft tissue mobilization in different directions. Just get it moving. And as it loosens up, you could even lift it up in a way. You might try a little bit of skin rolling if they can handle it. Some people hate skin rolling. I love it. They start kicking their feet, you know you're going a little too hard, a little too intense for them. So be mindful of all the actions that your client is showing you. Check their face too. Maybe they're squinting and squishing their lips together. Well, they may not tell you that it hurts, so you need to pay attention to the signs that they're giving you. Okay, now I'm going to come into these spaces in the ribs in here. First, I'm going to start out just going over them lightly. You okay with that?
Yes.
It's really tight right under there. I'm also going to bring my hand up underneath his, kind of let his arm rest on me this way. Take my fingers, intertwine them up here. I want to get a little bit of movement through this whole joint. I'm going to stretch out through here too. Just remember, everything works together. Everything's attached on some level and layer. So I don't want to just treat down there. I want to see what's happening and feeling everything in this whole capsule. How's that on your neck?
It's fine.
When you're in this position too, you could also get in here and glide through right the ridge of that trapezius all the way up into the neck with your fingers or with your thumb. So I usually like to do maybe more than one thing at a time if it's beneficial and if the client can handle it. Okay, let's come back down here. I'm going to give him a pillow to just rest on. Don't suffocate them. Okay, so I want to get up underneath here, close to that scapula with fingers or thumbs. Get up and around. Get into the back of the arm, delts and triceps, separate that. How's that in there, tender?
Tender.
Yeah, it feels tender to me too. I'm going to roll across this posterior delt a little bit. Just get this opened. And come on back down here again. You can feel right in here, in the capsule here, where it's congested. Right in here.
Yep.
So again, take the sides of your thumbs, come in those spaces, a little bit of cross friction, and clear that out. Okay, so now we're going to pretend that we spent, several cycles of going through this, and I'm going to show you one more procedure in here. But you got to be careful with this one, okay? So if you have a step stool, you may want to get on it, but I actually get up on the table. Oh yes, some of us can get up on the table, even though maybe we were told not to, but we got to be careful how we do it. We got to make sure our client is comfortable, and we got to make sure the table can support us. So I want to get my hands, the palm of my hands, on his ribs, never on the bottom rib, but nice up here, nice and firm. I'm just going to monitor his breathing right now. And I'm going to notice how full or not he comes into this rib cage here. And then I'm going to ask him to take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, I'm going to gently begin to follow
into that breath and see how far he'll let me in, medial to the body or perpendicular to the table. I'm going to hold that as he continues to breathe. And don't let them push you out. And on the next exhale, I'm going to see if he lets me in a little bit. Now I notice on the bottom hand a little bit, but on the top he's stuck. And so with each exhalation, I'm going to see if I can compress a little bit more. And if not, I just stay where I am. On the fourth one, nice big breath in. We're going to wait for about 3/4 of the exhalation. Breathe out. Nice big breath out. And pop off. And by popping off, everything underneath that rib is going to get shook up a little bit and start to loosen. So we're going to do that at least 2 or 3 times, each time looking for more movement, more flexibility in these ribs. Remember, be really careful. Don't push beyond their limitations. Always work with the breath. Thank you.